Seeing that the wine was gone, and the meat was gone, he said, "Big girl, whatever. Actually, it's okay to have a little wine to quench your cravings, and I'm embarrassed to ask you to carry a big vat of wine every day, so I'm not drunk every day. I don't even have time to play dice." Wei Yaoken was curious. "Dice? Do you know how to play dice?" Xiaoxie smiled. "Don't say anything else. Can I skip eating when I play dice? Come, I'll show you." He picked up the dice and said to Wei Yaoken, "Big girl, tell me what you want, and I'll throw it to you." Wei Yingqin said half incredulously, 5 o'clock. She stared at the dice intently. Xiao Ye nodded and said, "A good basin is a basin, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 acupoints, front and front, back and back, and when you meet your ancestors, the basin." He raised his hand, and the dice turned, and sure enough, all 4 were 5 points. "How's it going?" said the little evil god. Wei Yaoken was surprised. "Little evil brother, it's really 5 o'clock. "Is that still wrong?" replied the little evil confidently. "Then I'll have 6 o'clock. "Yes." Xiaoxie picked up the dice and read, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 squares, coffin. Wei Yaoken shouted happily, "Little evil brother, you are so amazing, can you teach me well?" Little evil thought, "Teach you? That will take 10 years, and it will take someone as smart as me to do it." He said, "Okay, but it's too hard." "Why?" Little evil said, "Let me tell you. Do you know why I throw the dice to recite those terms? That's because I want to ask the god of gamblers to possess me. As long as I think of the god of gamblers, he will help me, but the god of gamblers is a man, he may not help you. The little evil is afraid that if he is entangled, he will become a gambling god, and he will be able to get out in the future." Wei Yaoken was a little disappointed and said, "Isn't it possible to use other methods?" The little evil said, "No, if it works, everyone can make a living by gambling. I have spent 10 years worshipping the god of gambling every day, you see." He opened his left knee, thinking that there was a scar, but he looked at it and said secretly, "Wow ka! No scar." He immediately changed his words. "You see that my knees are so round, it means that the god of gambling has taken a fancy to my knees, so he agreed to help me, he." Xiaoxie also found that he was very good at messing around, and couldn't help but laugh. Wei Yaoken looked at his knees for a long time, and she couldn't see why, but she knew that it was fake, and she still believed in Xiaoxie's words. Xiaoxie said again, "But don't worry, you don't want to ask the gambling god to be busy, you can also gamble, that depends on whose luck is good. Come, let's try it." Xiaoxie was afraid that as soon as she heard that the gambling god would not help her, she would stop playing, so she wanted to arouse her interest. Wei Yaoken picked up the dice and said, "How to play?" "Little evil Dao, we are bigger than smaller, whoever throws the big idea wins, you throw it and see." Wei Yaoken nodded, and threw it at 9 o'clock. Xiaoxie also threw 7 points and said, "So I will lose, I will tell you how to throw. It will be higher, hold it high, put the dice in the center of the palm, first get the dice points, and then gently throw it into the bowl, it's 18 points." This throw threw Wei Yaoken's interest out, and as a result, under Xiao Yi's design, she won 9 times out of 10. The little evil sighed, "You can really do it, as soon as you learn it, I see that the gambling god doesn't even let go of women, damn it has a set of wow. Wei Yaokan didn't understand what Xiaoxie was saying. She really thought that there was a gambling god helping her, but in fact, she was lucky today, plus Xiaoxie intended to give in, but she didn't want to go back, and she was already on the June. Xiaoxie smiled and said, "Big girl. It's not fun for the two of us to play, why don't we call someone from outside in, how about we play together?" Wei Yaokan was playing and laughed happily, "Okay. You see that I throw it accurately, I will definitely win." Xiaoxie said secretly, "Leopard 10 will still win, I'm bored and happy with you losing money." He said, "Then you hurry up and call that Ahu, he is better to me, and he is more smiling." Wei Yaokan nodded and rushed out to find Ahu to come in. Xiaoxie hinted that Ahu would give up a little bit, and the lost Xiaoxie would make up for him. In this way, they played in the dark, until the other janitor called for dinner, and Wei Yaokan and Ahu left in disappointment XXX. The days passed. Now it's not just Ahu and Wei Yaokan who are betting on it, but the entire class. They only leave one person to control the wind outside, and they don't return in the middle of the night every day. The little evil lost all the silver and borrowed it from Wei Yaokan, and it was really enjoyable to play. Now they don't even close the prison door, they are like brothers. The guards have all called the little evil aunt, and Wei Yaokan doesn't care, there is still sweetness and warmth in her heart. Xiaoxie has forgotten that he is in prison, and all the shit and bird eggs are thrown out of the clouds, and he screams when he is happy, and his injuries are gradually recovering, and people are also fat. Fuck. Being an emperor isn't as happy as I am. He muttered to himself XXX. This day, Ahu suddenly ran down and shouted nervously, "Uncle is not good, it is not good." Xiao Ye was resting, and when he heard it, he said, "Ahu, don't worry, talk slowly if you have something." Ahu hurriedly said, "Uncle, our young castle master is back, and he is walking here angrily, holding a long sword. I think he is coming to kill you. How can I do this?" Xiao Ye heard it, "Ahu, this is a trivial matter, your young castle master can't kill me, stay for a while and wait for him to finish his anger, nothing happens, you can rest assured that he will come in." Ahu knew that this uncle really had a set, but he was also a lot relieved when he said this. He said, "Uncle, don't be too careless, the young castle master's swordsmanship can be obtained by the castle master, it is very powerful, I think I will notify the castle master first, please stop this matter or." Xiaoxie intercepted and said, "Ahu, you go, you peek outside, if I can't do it, how about you run to call the castle lord again?" Ahu was right, he said, "Then uncle, you are careful." With that, he walked out of his cell. The little evil thought, "This daredevil, I didn't ask his sister first, I had already negotiated a compromise with her, what is he doing here? It's okay, I haven't fought for a long time, my bones are a little sore, and the old man said that I am like a pig, I have nothing to do all day long." He said that he had already done gymnastics, and he still read, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Soon there was the sound of hurried footsteps outside. Not just one but two, presumably Wei Renlong and Zhang Renhu. "Jehovah, Jehovah! Wei Renlong and Zhang Zuhe brothers heard a lot of things about Yang Xiaoxie as soon as they came back from outside, and they knew that their sister was very insulted, so they were angry for a while, and they ran straight to the cell without my sister asking clearly, and they were very reckless. The two brothers had already rushed into the dungeon, and with a 3-foot Qing Feng in their hands, the two of them stabbed at the little evil. It's just that the two of them are dressed in white, the eldest Wei Renlong, with thick eyebrows and big eyes and square faces, 23 and 4 years old and 7 feet tall and heroic, a bit like Wei Yuxuan. The second Wei Renho is 21 years old and 7 feet old, with red lips and white teeth, eyes like a star, a nose like a hanging, and good facial features, but it is less heroic than the boss. Stop! The little evil roared, and the sound was deafening like a thunderbolt that could pierce through gold and stone. The human dragon and the tiger were suddenly shocked and lay on the ground. Xiaoxie shouted, "What are you doing? If you want to fight, you have to wait for me to finish gymnastics." 1, 2, 3, 4. He ignored the two brothers and did gymnastics alone. When brother Wei Renlong heard this, he knew that he had been tricked, and he was extremely angry, and the two of them stabbed at Xiaoxie with 2 swords at the same time. Xiaoxie ignored them, lazily climbed up to the window and sat on it. His legs were like soup dropping, it looked like watching a monkey play. Xiaoxie lazily said, "Okay, are you two monkeys hungry in the dragon, or are you thinking about the mother monkey? Why are you in such a hurry?" If Xiaoxie is regarded as outside the prison, isn't the inside of the iron gate equivalent to locking up the Webster brothers? "Boy, I'll kill you." But no matter how Wei Renlong and the human tiger stabbed him, they just couldn't stab Xiaoxie, and they didn't expect to enjoy the key to unlock the lock. The little evil said, "You two monkeys, have I sinned against you? You will take revenge and blow up your master. If you provoke me to anger, you will be killed with one palm, and the animal will be the animal."